It's 10 o'clock. It's time for the council to be in session. Ms. Misakowski and Mr. Padilla are here. We have 3 members present. We need 7 more for the quorum. We don't have quite a quorum yet, but we do have some presentation, so we're going to start on the presentation. Let me point out that this is a meeting of the City Council of the City of Los Angeles on the 14th day of April, the year 2000. There are 15 council districts in the city. The regular meeting days are Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We are currently being viewed by cable subscribers throughout the Los Angeles area on Channel 35, and we're also being monitored by council phone. So with that, we'll start with some presentation. Mr. Hernandez, did you want to go first, and then Mr. Padilla would be next?
Mr. President, members of the council, I was driving to work today, and one of the news sports broadcasters was saying that they're handing out to all the Dodgers Thomas Brothers guides because it's been so long since they've had a chance to play at home. They want to make sure they could find it. But there's a buzz going around the city today, and that is that it's opening day at Dodger Stadium. And I just thought it would be appropriate if we recognize that as a city in light of some of the statistics I'm going to give you. Where's Derek? In case many of you don't know, this is a new government affairs officer for the Dodgers, Derek Hall, and the reason he's here and nobody else is here is because they're all getting ready for the big game. But there's a few things I wanted to share with people besides it being Tommy Lasorda's 50th wedding anniversary today. The Dodgers are basically celebrating opening day today for the 39th campaign year at Dodger Stadium. And we all know that when we're sitting at that stadium, we have an opportunity to look at the rest of Los Angeles because of its location and its views. But very few people know that more than 100 million fans have watched Dodger games at Dodger Stadium over the last 38 years. 100 million. An average of more than 2.68 million a year. They have hosted 8 World Series. They've won 4 championships in 1963, 1968, 1981, and 1988. 8 National League pennants, 8 National League Western Division crowns, and 1 National League wild card berth in 1996. I just think it's extremely appropriate that we recognize one of the city jewels, and that's the Dodgers. The fact that it's opening day creates an excitement in the city. And again, I believe our Dodgers are going to be champions again. And I wanted to make sure we kicked off the season that way. Something new at Dodger Stadium, you're going to be tasting some of the flavors of LA, but it's a renovated stadium with sky boxes. What was real particular to me is as the Dodgers went through this whole renovation of their stadium at their location, is we didn't hear very much from the community. It happened in a very silent way. And so those of you who get a chance to go to the stadium today and this season are going to see a new stadium, a new Dodger Stadium. So with that said, I'd like to say that the city of Los Angeles basically wants to recognize the Los Angeles Dodgers in celebrating their opening season for the new millennium with a Happiness Is certificate. And again, Happiness Is the Los Angeles Dodgers. And nobody might know this, but Fred's wearing his Dodger jersey under his jacket. Fred, will you show everybody your jacket? The Dodgers. But their away jerseys don't say Dodgers, they say Los Angeles. And so everybody knows where they're from. With that, I'd like to introduce to everybody Derek Hall.
Thank you, Mike, and we'd like to thank the council for taking time to recognize the Los Angeles Dodgers. It is an important day today. It's opening day. We're just a few hours away from throwing that first pitch. And in particular, we would like to thank council members Hernandez and Goldberg for exactly that, which Mike was talking about, bringing us closer to the community and surrounding neighborhoods over the last couple of seasons, and making us once again a very strong and active participant in the neighborhood and in that community. We're very proud to be associated with the city of Los Angeles. We feel the Dodger Stadium is a landmark. It's a piece of history here in LA, and we certainly are proud. That is why we went to the Los Angeles on the road jerseys, so we can remind every city when we do visit that we are from Los Angeles and what we consider and we know is the greatest city in this country of ours. And if you don't think it's a matter of civic pride, just go to San Francisco when we're visiting there like we just did. And by the way, we just swept them in their opener in 3 games. And listen to the Giant fans chant, "Beat LA." It's an LA matter, and we didn't let them beat Los Angeles, nor will we ever. And we hope that not only the Lakers and Kings, but the Dodgers can bring this great city a championship this year. Thanks again to everyone, and let's have a great season.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Mike, thank you very much. And I want to, as the president of the city council, I'm going to order you to go to a very important opening in your district today. Mr. Padilla, are you ready? Okay. Miss Goldberg?
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the council. I actually have a couple of exciting and important, I think, things to do today in our presentations. The first one would be to ask William Parent if he would join me. Thank you. Mr. President, members of the council, Mr. Parent serves as president of St. Vincent's Medical Center, which is a 380-bed regional acute care medical center and which is internationally recognized multi-organ transplant center. A healthcare administrator for more than 20 years, Mr. Parent joined St. Vincent Medical Center last year from Santa Monica UCLA Medical Center, where as director and CEO, he successfully integrated the facility into the emerging UCLA healthcare system. Prior to joining UCLA, Mr. Parent held several senior executive positions throughout Southern California. But he's not here to actually receive recognition. I just wanted you to know a little bit about the man. Although he certainly deserves it, he is here to help us remind people that we are about to celebrate National Organ Tissue Donor Awareness Week. Over 44,500 Americans are waiting at this moment for a life-saving kidney transplant. In Southern California, 3,500 people are waiting for organs. 24,000 Americans suffer from end-stage organ disease, are in desperate need of a liver, a heart, or a pancreas. Every day, on the average, 13 people die in this nation alone waiting for a donated organ which doesn't arrive. That represents 4,750 people a year. If we had any other accident or plane crash or anything else taking that number of lives, all of us would be livid and outraged and urging that something be done immediately, pounding our fists on our desk. Well, something can be done immediately by a very simple procedure, and I can tell you it's simple because I've had it done. You can become a part of a network, a national and in fact international network of potential organ donors. everything from living donations, such as bone marrow, to making it also possible to give at the time you or a member of the family or a friend passes away. The St. Vincent Medical Center, established in 1856, was the first hospital in Los Angeles and is today innovative in its work for multi-organ transplantation, and has the prestigious National Institute of Transplantation and the Comprehensive Liver Disease Center and a cardiovascular program. It's a part of Catholic Healthcare West program of 48 hospitals and the largest nonprofit hospital in California. St. Vincent's Medical Center expects the impact of their efforts in this area to reach a very large number of people throughout the state, and I would have to say throughout the nation. And therefore, the resolution I ask you to join me in passing today and adopting today says that by the adoption of this resolution, the City Council of the City of Los Angeles joins me in recognizing the efforts of St. Vincent Medical Center to help increase public awareness in California of the critical need for organ donation. And they add particularly in communities of color, where the shortage seems to be the most extreme. So I ask that everybody give their attention now to Mr. Parent. I'm going to present this resolution to you, but I also want to make a little bit of an announcement and a plug for the week that's coming up, and I encourage you to do so. It's going out over Channel 35 to quite a number of folks. And I do want to tell you that we are most appreciative of this effort, because sometimes you think when there's nothing you can do to help someone, actually there is. And I hope you'll be able to tell us a little more about that. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to make a few brief remarks. You know, they say it's a small world. Actually, I grew up in Brooklyn rooting for the Dodgers against the hated Giants. I still root for them, although my mother hasn't forgiven them for moving to Los Angeles. I thought how wonderful it might be if just some small percentage of those 100 million Dodger game visitors had signed organ donor cards and made living or cadaveric donations. Let me say first, on behalf of St. Vincent Medical Center, I would like to thank Councilman Goldberg and Councilman Hernandez, councilpersons, and the entire council for recognizing our efforts during National Organ and Tissue Donor Awareness Week. I would like to point out that with the over 68,000 people who are waiting for life-saving transplants, the shortage of donated organs is really critical. But the shortage is most critical among our minority population. Of those waiting for transplants, nearly 41% are African American, Hispanic, or Asian. Although minorities make up 41% of those waiting for transplants, they constitute less than a quarter of those donating. So we are going to focus our efforts during this important week on increasing donations in our ethnic communities. Thank you again for your recognition of our efforts. There are many things taking place this week across the country, and we hope that those other items will be recognized and will also be picked up in various other organizations throughout Los Angeles. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Mr. Parent, assume somebody wants to fill out an organ donor card and put it with their driver's license, and they don't know how to do that. How do they find out more about where to get in, how to get involved in this?
They can either contact their local DMV office, or we would be happy to help them at St. Vincent Medical Center if they will call 213-484-7111.
Okay. Always want to let people know how to actually do this after we try to get their awareness.
Ms. Goldberg, again, and I want to thank you for bringing St. Vincent's here. They have become one of the corporate entities that's very much a part of the community, and I appreciate all their efforts, but I want to make the comment that I carry my donor card and my little dot on my driver's license on an ongoing basis, and I had no concept of the statistics in terms of how it's affecting different kinds of communities. I filled mine out automatically when I got my renewal. My wife questioned me, and I explained to her that I just thought it was an important contribution we all need to make as human beings. At the same time, I appreciate St. Vincent's for trying to spread the word, and it's an important matter. And again, thank you very much for doing that.
Thank you. I have one other, for a second and get the rest of the people who weren't here to sign it before we go to you. That's great. We will do that. Okay. Next, I'd like to ask the folks from the Quality and Productivity Commission to come forward. We have two more presentations. Hi. Mr. President, members of the council, as you know, we had 19 teams receive Commission's Productivity and Improvement Award 2000, greatly improving customer service and saving money for the city in excess of $25 million this year. And we still have teams that we want to present to you, two each week. Today, we're going to hear first from the Joint Bureau of Sanitation and Bureau of Engineering effort about something called Conditionally Exempt Small Quantity Generators Program. Say that 3 times fast, and we have a small prize for you. This program is one in which deals with businesses that generate small quantities of hazardous waste, and yet who were complaining of high disposal costs, and therefore, I know you'll be shocked, some of them were dumping illegally. This team created a program which would allow businesses that generate small quantities of waste to dispose at a reduced cost. Participation rose, are you ready for this, from 17 businesses to over 400 in just 18 months, with an annual savings of more than $500,000. And if we could see the video, please, that would be very good right now.
To help support a clean and safe environment, the City of Los Angeles encourages businesses to follow federal and state guidelines in the handling of hazardous waste. Inappropriate storage, transport, or disposal of hazardous waste presents a hazard to the community and environment and costs the city millions of dollars in cleanup annually. Many businesses that generate small amounts of hazardous waste have complained that the cost of disposal is too high. In response, staff from the Bureau of Sanitation Solid Resources Citywide Recycling Division conferred with the State Department of Toxic Substance Control and received approval to implement the, quote, conditionally exempt small quantity generators program, unquote. This program allows Los Angeles City and county businesses that generate less than 220 pounds of hazardous waste per month to bring their hazardous waste to a collection event for low-cost disposal. In only 18 months, this program grew from a base of 17 businesses to over 400, provides legal and safe disposal of hazardous waste at less than half the cost of alternative options, and is provided at no additional cost to the city. This program educates businesses about the proper handling and storage of hazardous materials, enhances the relationship between the city and its business community, and saves the city more than $500,000 annually. Congratulations.
Now I'd like to present the team. Call General Manager Judith Wilson forward, please.
Thank you. I'm going to introduce, and I want to make sure, Drew Sones and Lupe Vela, if you'll introduce the members of the team for us. Thank you.
Thank you. The first person I'd like to introduce is Marcel Zuniga. He was a student professional worker a few years ago, and as of 2 weeks ago, he's now a full-time city employee, so we're extremely happy. Tracy Bose has been with the program for several years as she handles the hotline and has been extremely important in helping us design the program through her knowledge and expertise. Lupe Gonzalez is our bilingual hotline operator, and she's also in charge of the small business hotline, working with the businesses, telling them what the requirements are and how they can get involved with the program. Alfred Tong is our chemist, our safety manager, our acting manager of the program right now, and also involved with developing permanent household hazardous facilities throughout the city of Los Angeles. So we're very pleased to have him with us, acting as manager. Rosalinda De Santos Castro not only is a member of the team, but she is probably one of the best experts in special fund accounting in the city. So we're extremely happy because she knows how to use the money and how to get it to us quickly. So with that, I'd like to... Oh, I'm sorry. And Chris Westhoff is our city attorney who always makes sure that we're doing the right thing, doing things correctly. And I think without the team here, we wouldn't have the kind of success with small businesses that we have had. And we look forward to developing permanent household facilities that not only serve the residents of the city, but also the small businesses. So thank you very much.
Our second and final presentation today is the Hyperion Treatment Plant Secondary Startup and Automation, and that's at least easier to say. It's another Bureau of Sanitation effort, which is an upgrade of the plant for cleaner effluent. This was performed while normal plant operations were in progress, and I want to tell you that is the key here. It's no small issue. Daily energy and oxygen generation savings, $2,000 a day. Total savings to the city, at least $1 million in this one program alone. So could we have the tape, please?
The Hyperion Treatment Plant serves about 4 million residents in the city of Los Angeles. Several years ago, the city entered into a consent decree to convert Hyperion from a partial secondary treatment plant to one with full secondary treatment. This means that all wastewater that enters the plant would go through 3 stages of treatment: preliminary, primary, and secondary. Although the preliminary and primary treatment processes remove a large percentage of solids that are in the wastewater stream, it is the secondary treatment that puts on the finishing touches, using bacteria to eat up to 95% of any remaining solids that are in the treated wastewater. This treated wastewater can then be reused for industrial purposes and can be released into the Santa Monica Bay without harming the environment. But becoming a full secondary plant was not an easy task. Imagine rebuilding your entire car while driving it at 65 miles per hour. The Hyperion Treatment Plant team had a similar challenge: to operate, maintain, and dramatically upgrade a treatment plant while providing a high quality of water treatment to a large metropolitan city. As various components of the full secondary system were completed, the team of operators, engineers, laboratory and maintenance personnel, and construction contractors met daily to review, test, optimize, and bring online new plant processes. This optimization and automation saves $2,000 daily in energy and oxygen generation costs, and the in-house team beat contractor labor estimates by $270,000. Congratulations to the Bureau of Sanitation and the team at Hyperion for this on-schedule transition to full secondary treatment, an excellent demonstration of teamwork, and savings to the city of $1 million.
Okay, I just want to add that we have since that awards found out that this project has been selected by the American Academy of Environmental Engineers to receive the Superior Achievement for the Environmental Excellence Award, which will be presented in Washington, D.C. this month Tim Hogg and Wayne Lawson will be on hand to accept the award on behalf of the city. And now, again, Judith Wilson will have someone introduce the team.
I'd like to introduce Joe Mundine, the plant manager at Hyperion, and he'll introduce the team members. Joe?
Thank you. Good morning. It's unfortunate we don't have the entire team today, so what I'll do first is introduce the team members present, and then I'd like to mention the team members that aren't here today. First is Y.J. Shao, plant manager of Terminal Island Treatment Plant. When we were underway with this project, he was in charge of the process control for secondary treatment. Second is Mr. Jim Nguyen. He's a senior operator that was in charge of that operation. Third will be Hassan Rod, a process engineer working on the project. Fourth is Chuck Terhalo. He's a senior process engineer at Hyperion Treatment Plant. And Mr. Hal Wong, who's a process engineer who contributed to the project. Those not present today were David Gumar, a shift superintendent, George Raymond, a maintenance manager, Hedo Neto, shift superintendent 2 at the plant, Steve Fan, assistant plant manager, Hansong Lee, process engineer, Joe Pascu, senior operator, Sung Oh, process engineer, and since this was a joint labor management project, David Hamilton, local 501. Thank you.
I'll say, stay tuned next Friday for 2 more. Oh, no, not next Friday. We're closed next Friday, but the following Friday. And I just want to again thank Philip Hill, Executive Director, and Laverne Tucker, Commissioner of the Commission, and all of the people both on the Commission and on the staff of the Commission for continuing a program which saves money and also brings better service to our customers, the people of the City of Los Angeles. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Goldberg. For purposes of an introduction, the council president recognizes Councilmember Padilla. This is for purposes of an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. President. I don't have a formal presentation to make, but I do want to acknowledge 3 classrooms of students from Pacoima Elementary in my district. If they could stand, please. They're here on a field trip visiting several locations downtown, including Angels Flight and Olvera Street. And we wanted to make sure that they also visited, as part of downtown experience, their local city government, and that included a visit here to City Hall. So if they can all wave, we just want to say hello and welcome to students from Pacoima Elementary. Thank you very much.
For purposes of a presentation, the council president recognizes Councilmember Ruth Galanter.
Thank you, Mr. President. I actually have 3 of them this morning. As you know, Earth Day is fast approaching. It'll be here next weekend. Not this weekend, next weekend. And so, even though we do this even if it's not Earth Day, I have 3 Good Earthkeeping Awards to present this morning. And I'd like to start by asking the representatives from Hudson General to come up here. Hudson General is, get this, guys, Ruth Galanter is giving an award to an aircraft service company which provides refueling and maintenance for airlines at the LA World Airports. And they are being commended and given a Good Earthkeeping Award because they've done some really good sustainable building design in their facilities. In 1999, they remodeled 3 of their facilities at LAX, a dispatch office, a training facility, and an administrative office. And for each of these projects, they incorporated the sustainable design elements in both the demolition and the construction phases. So when they demolished the old buildings, in collaboration with the Department of Airports, they made provisions to reuse or recycle as much of the demolition material as possible, including the old furniture, scrap wood, scrap metal, glass, toilets, and sinks, all of which would otherwise have wound up in a landfill. Then in the construction phase, they again worked with the Department of Airports and incorporated as much recycled content, product, and materials as they could. So they have materials and products with previously used stuff in them that are steel wall studs, wall and ceiling insulation, acoustical ceiling tiles, drywall, paint and paint primer, linoleum, and recycled glass floor and wall tile. They also went out and bought and installed previously used products. You notice how a used car has become a previously owned car? These were previously owned products, including refurbished lockers, carpeting, tables and chairs, and vending machines, which we hope you have stocked only with soft drinks that are in recycled material containers. We'll talk to you about that later. Finally, they installed low flush toilets and relamped and reglazed the windows to increase the energy efficiency and save on costs. And if they could do it, you can do it too. So for their leadership in the Sustainable Building Program and their service as a public-private partnership role model for other airport tenants and businesses across the city, it's my very great pleasure to present a Good Earthkeeping Award to Tom Stolnick, the general manager. I only have 2 of you here, and I got 4 names. So who else have I got? Wally. Are you Wally? Wally Schwartz. Okay, and Wally Schwartz, who's manager of the maintenance facility. Gentlemen?
Thank you. Well, Ruth, I know how dear the airport is to you, and we're very, very proud to be a member of that community. This project is really even closer to us. We're involved in a number of environmental issues at the airport, but this one we live in, and we are really grateful for the airport staff who guided us through this project because they showed us the way, and we will contribute to the environment on a day-to-day basis, on a year-to-year basis, and the nice point about it is that we will continue to save money as a result of it.
We like that,
We
too.
thank that very much. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you. Okay.
Can you wait just a second?
Yes.
We have visiting an alumnus of the city staff, Rose Ochi, who is now the Community Relations Service for the Department of Justice. She's an assistant attorney general. Rose Ochi, we're very happy to have you back in our city hall.
And she's also the moving spirit behind the Manzanar Memorial
Yeah, I know that.
Project.
Also, we have with us from the National Park Foundation, Jack McClanahan. Jack, thank you for coming too today. I'm sorry. Ruth, go
Okay.
ahead.
All right, next I'd like to invite the representatives of Looney Bins to come up here. Now, Looney Bins is a subject that we in the council all know a lot about, right? But this particular Looney Bins is a company that's located in Sun Valley, and they make recycling real. They collect wood, cardboard, plastic, metal, and anything else they can scrounge out of the various Hollywood studios in Southern California. When the sets are torn down, they take the materials, they sort them out by type, and they figure out who can use them. And then they're either sold or donated to businesses throughout both California and Mexico. They're working with a company that collects wood from Looney Bins twice a week and makes reconstituted pallets to haul things around. Other successful exchanges, telephone poles recovered from the set at Warner Brothers were reused in the Special Olympics. They've reclaimed nails, screws, and building materials and sent them to hospitals overseas. Wood scrap acquired by a local company and used in the construction of planter boxes. They found reuse opportunities for over 200, but it's cubic yards of polystyrene. For that alone, you ought to get a medal. Polystyrene. And over 3,000 tons of drywall. Over 600 tons of wood was recovered from Sony and marketed through CalMax, which is the state's exchange program, which you can get to on the internet, to buy and sell materials that would otherwise be scrapped and sent to landfills. They were also, we're not the first to acknowledge these guys, I have to say. We are the second, however, I think. Looney Bins has been recognized by the California Integrated Solid Waste Management Board, and they were awarded the CalMax Connection of the Year. But from us, you get a Good Earthkeeping Award. It's my very great pleasure to present this to Myron Spaccarelli. Am I saying that right?
Close enough.
Close. Mayan, you're right. That's what it says in front of me. Mayan Spaccarelli and John Teal. With my congratulations and thanks.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank the City Council and Ruth Galanter for this award. It's great to be a part of recycling. The nation is going to be honoring it for Earth Day this month. And it's great to see the city taking a special effort in it, and that the City of LA to lead the way in recycling. And we're really happy to be a part of that solution. We also want to thank the studios, too, because they...
They're coming up. They're the next
You're going to do that,
item.
too?
Yeah.
But I want to thank them as well, because they lead the way with self-imposed regulation. Their average is higher than the national average for recycling. And they really make a priority for recycling. We're really glad to be a part of that. But it's great to be here and be honored by the city. Thank you.
Thank you. Keep up the good work. Well, he stole my introduction. For the next Good Earthkeeping Award, I'd like to ask the representatives of the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers to come up. I knew we had more than just one here. This alliance, as I'm sure all of you know, is composed of the major studios and TV networks, including 20th Century Fox, the Disney Studios, Paramount Studios, Sony, Universal, Warner Brothers, and the West Coast Broadcasting Centers for ABC and CBS. And as you just heard from the representatives of Looney Bins, these are the people who really are leading the way, not only as our signature industry, but as our signature demonstration of the fact that if you really want to take care of the environment, you can do it in your daily life. They all have comprehensive recycling programs. Most of them have environmental education programs with newsletters printed on recycled paper, I trust. Events, training in recycling and reuse. And one of the things that I think is most significant is that the industry is now placing an emphasis on buying recycled goods so that we're actually closing the loop and we have a place to sell the recycled goods when we keep them out of the landfill. This represents probably a tenfold increase. In 1998, the industry collectively diverted over 24,800 tons of waste from landfills. Try to picture 24,800 tons of waste. And that was an increase over the 1990 numbers of 2,400 tons. They're saving millions of dollars in disposal costs, although I notice it hasn't lowered the price of a movie at a movie theater. They are also generating income from the recycling and all of this. And in addition to that, as part of their recycling effort, they also have been very supportive and helpful to our very own LA Shares program, which we just funded recently, and which has been in operation for a long time, helping the studios get rid of the sets they're dismantling and anything else that they want to get rid of, and turning that around, as the studios also do directly, into materials for the arts in our schools, which desperately need them. So I'd like to join with our previous speaker and congratulate the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, and thank you for all your good work, and present you with a Good Earthkeeping Award. And okay, different person than is on my list. And let me introduce Sheldon Kasdan, who is counsel to, I wish I could say this, I can't make AMPTP come out in a single word, but here you are. Thanks and congratulations. You're going to introduce everybody else?
Thank you very much. On behalf of the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, we would like to thank the Los Angeles City Council as well as Councilwoman Ruth Galanter for presenting us with this award. The studios have made a very serious effort in recycling, and we really appreciate the city recognizing our efforts. And I'd just like to take this time to introduce several members of our committee who are here with us today: Donald Ishihara, Jennifer Argenti, and Rick Vector.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Ms. Galanter. Call the roll.
Burns and Chick, Fuhrer, Galanter, Gober, Hernandez, Holden, Vizcachi, Pacheco, Padilla, Ridley, Thomas, Forners, Walters, and Ferraro, 11 members present, and quorum, Mr. President.
Okay, the first order of business,
Approval of the minutes.
Mr. Savornich moves, Mr. Ridley Thomas seconds. There's no objection, unanimous vote. We'll continue with the presentation. The next would be Mr. Ridley Thomas.
Mr. President, members of the council, may I take this opportunity to direct your attention to our future. And may I also invite you to meet Frank Avila, Greg Avila, Abraham Benson, Andrea Brown, Glenn Carreri, Janine Carreri, Stephen Castro, Mark Cervantes, Gentil G, Haquika Howes, Sophia Kim, Brittany Scott, Catherine Thomas, Chloe Valmore, Javon Williams, Tiffany Willis, and Bianca Latham. It is my pleasure to introduce you to a very talented and special group of people who indeed constitute our future. Rather than saying much more at this point, I simply want to allow you to hear from the musicians known to us as Sweet Strings. Mr. President, members of the council, I think these young people deserve another big round of applause, don't you? This does not happen without the support of parents, guardians, family members who want to see children excel. So we're going to acknowledge the parents and guardians and support systems for these young people. Why don't you stand so we can give you a round of applause? Mr. President, Madam President, members of the council, I'd like to now invite forward Kika Keith and Dr. Chan Ho Young, who are the driving forces that helped make this fabulous presentation happen this morning. Madam President, Ms. Kika Keith, co-founder and executive director of YECA, which stands for Youth Empowerment Center for Creative Achievement, and Dr. Chan Ho Young, music director of Sweet Strings and professor of music at the Colburn School of Performing Arts. It was a year ago that a group of parents in South Los Angeles got together to do something about the need for more creative after-school activities for children in their communities. The result of their concern and action is this organization, an organization that provides these kinds of opportunities for young people between the ages of 5 and 13. Under Kika Keith's leadership, YECA programs give children a chance to identify and develop their talents and follow a path that supports their success. Sweet Strings began in March of 1999 in a single room with 25 children and no instruments. Today, the program provides group and individual instruction to 60 children, while 100 more children are on a waiting list. YECA's vision is clear: to provide string instruction during the organization's first 2 years, with the goal of forming a chamber orchestra, and within the next 5 years to establish a South Los Angeles youth orchestra, and eventually a community music school that offers classes in voice, music theory, jazz and improvisation, composition, and appreciation. And based on what we've seen and heard today, I think we would all agree that those goals are likely to become a clear reality. So please join me, if you would, in congratulating both Ms. Keith and Dr. Young and each of these impressive musicians for their hard work and outstanding accomplishments, and commending this organization for such a valuable contribution to the city of Los Angeles, and particularly its children and their families. Ms. Keith, this is on behalf of the Los Angeles City Council that we hereby commend you on your mission to provide quality recreation, creative learning, and valuable opportunities to children in this city, and to extend to you our best wishes for your continued success in making this dream, their dream, our dream, become a reality. Thank you. You're very welcome. And for Dr. Chan Ho Young, we take this opportunity to express our profound appreciation for you sharing your talents, your gifts, working with these youngsters, and for your outstanding musical accomplishments in your own right, and as an expression of valuable contributions to the children of South Los Angeles and beyond. And we certainly wish to express our continued best wishes for all the success that you will achieve in the future as you continue to help make this a reality in the lives of these very precious children.
We'd like to thank the council and Councilman Mark Ridley Thomas for the recognition. We have left with you all information on our program as well as a documentary that was done. We are currently expanding our program to your districts, and we need as much support as possible. We offer tuition-free music because of the lack of music in our public schools. So with that, if you would please review the materials, because we would love to come to your district. Thank you so much for your support.
President, Council, thank you very much for recognizing our program. We would like to have music education to be an important part of our public school system, because music is the highest form of communication, because it promotes harmony, unity, and love to our kids. And wouldn't it be great in the future when we see our kids take their violins, cellos, trombones, trumpets to schools instead of guns and weapons? Thank you.
Mr. President, members of the council, we thank you. Yet another expression of what makes Los Angeles what it is and what it can be. Children of this sort and persons who are adults who make an investment in them and try to see that this community is enriched by the very contributions that each of them are making, is making, and that which they can do. We thank you for this opportunity.
Mr. Ridley Thomas, thank you very much. They're beautiful. I want to call on, just a minute, I want to call Evelyn and Pete Martinez first. Evelyn and Pete Martinez.
Tell me, was a 5% administrative cap?
Okay. Okay. Nick? You want to go? Go ahead, do it.
Sam Luna with El Pueblo, and just here to make a couple of brief remarks, and I'm here with some merchants from Olvera Street, some staff, and some friends of Olvera Street, and take just a second to invite the entire City Council to the Blessing of the Animals event on Saturday, April 22nd, which is Holy Saturday, just before Easter. It's a very traditional event that we've been doing on Olvera Street for 70 years, so it's the 70th annual event. We'd like to have the entire City Council come out. And with that invitation made, I want to introduce Emily Martinez.
Mr. President and council members, on behalf of the merchants of Olvera Street, I'd like to invite each and every one of you to our 70th anniversary of the Blessing of the Animals. As many of you know, the merchants since 1930 have produced these events along with Mardi Gras, Dia de los Muertos, and Las Posadas every year. It's a very important traditional event that has been going on for centuries and which originated in Europe and was brought over when the Spaniards and the Europeans came to the Americas. Cardinal Mahoney is there, and he does the blessing. And we have many, many merchants that participate. We would like each of you to come. It's a cultural event, so even though you may not be Christian, you can still come and see what our culture is about. I would like to present some other merchants, but before that, I would like to introduce a friend of Olvera Street. He has participated in many of our events for the last several years. He's a good friend, talented. He's internationally known. He's a multi-award-winning designer of the Tournament of Roses Parade, and I would like to introduce to you, it's an honor to introduce Raul R. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Council. Good morning. I personally would like to welcome everyone to our beautiful celebration, Blessing of the Animals, on April 22nd, Saturday, before Easter. For me, it's a special event, me being one who loves pageantry and beauty. La Calle Olvera is really going through a new renaissance in Los Angeles, and we are so proud of what's happening at the New Pueblo. To welcome everyone to what is really a cradle of Los Angeles history. Me being a third-generation Angelino, I am so proud of this city, and it has always been an honor for me to, to use my God-given talent in my work with the Tournament of Roses, and then having to bring it to our beautiful Calle Olvera is something very special. I've brought my scholarship foundation where I am giving scholarship to design students, Latinos, and we brought that during the Mardi Gras celebration, which has really escalated in the last many years. And we, of course, will be inviting the city to that event as we come into the these new millennium years. It's a pleasure working with our new director, Samuel Luna, and just so proud to be a small part of what is such a major event here in Los Angeles. So at this time, I'd like to also introduce Peter Martinez and Augusto Godoy. And I just want to thank you all, and thank you for all your support of me during these years, and I hope to continue giving back where I can. Thank you.
Raul, let me just say that you not only have those beautiful floats in the parade, but you beautify your home in the Christmas season, and I don't live too far from there, and I enjoy very much. And thank you for beautifying our city.
Thank you so much. I'm most appreciative. Thank you.
Council President Ferraro and council members like Ms. Emily Martinez and Mr. Luna have suggested, we also would like to invite you on the 22nd of April to the Blessing of the Animals. And like they said, it's 70 years of traditions. At this time, we also like to have Councilman Member Nick Pacheco approach the podium for a presentation in behalf of the merchants. Councilman Pacheco, this is a poster with some of the families on Olvera Street, and we'd like to give this to you this year, and I hope he'll be present with us for many years to come. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And if I'm as lucky as Council President Ferraro, I'll be present for many years to come, too. Thank you. And of course, I would reiterate what the merchants and Sam Luna have said, that the Blessing of the Animals is an important historic event in our city, and we welcome everyone to join us on next Saturday. I will be there around 1 o'clock. What time is it?
Starts at 2.
Starts at 2. I will be there early, but we invite everyone to join us and bring their animals and make it a big festive day. Thank you.
Nick, I want you to know that I've taken my animals there, and it's a wonderful thing to see, and I would encourage all the members to go to that sometime.
Thank you.
Members are animals.
As the director of the zoo.
Also, colleagues, not only is Olvera Street going through a new era and a new time with Sam Luna there, someone who's giving the street some direction, the whole district has asked us to bring a new level of responsiveness, and we have been working very hard with the city departments to meet those needs. One of the first things that I was told that we need to talk about in the district was the fact that a lot of our streets were not as clean, were not maintained as properly as they perceived they should be. We tried to determine exactly what the problem was, and there were some individuals in the debate who thought that it was a problem with the city departments. There were some individuals in the debate who thought it was a problem with the residents, that the residents no longer respected the city streets or the public areas. So we met both groups halfway and decided that the best way to make things better for everyone was to join the residents with the city departments and take full responsibility for keeping our community clean. So what we did is we organized community cleanups throughout the district with one grand fair on April 1st.
And just for all of you who don't believe that people care or don't believe that people want to come out and help out the city, let me tell you, at the very first cleanup in Highland Park, we had close to 300 volunteers come out on a Saturday and help out and clean up in their neighborhood. In El Sereno, we had close to 300 volunteers. And in Eagle Rock, we had also close to 300 volunteers. And at Ball Heights, on the day of the festival, we had 1,100 volunteers clean up in the community, and we had close to 3,500 individuals show up at the fair. And what the fair provided was information that each resident could take back and understand how to recycle, how to take care of those bulky items, how to deal with used motor oil, and all the different services that the city provides. We had groups there from Hilda Bay, the Sierra Club, to all the city departments, Operation Clean Sweep, all of our different departments at the Board of Public Works. So, today, I want to recognize and I want to bring up Commissioner Fleming, Woody Fleming, from the Board of Public Works, because this effort was really a joint effort with Commissioner Fleming showing leadership on the part of Board of Public Works, our office working with the community, and the departments working with us to make this a successful campaign and a successful event at Mariachi Plaza on April 1st. So I'm going to read off generally what all the certificates say, and I will recognize you individually. It's an appreciation for your dedication and contributions to the constituents of Council District 14 during the Celebrating a Clean Community campaign. Your commitment to this campaign helped build the community pride throughout Council District 14. Through your efforts, thousands of residents participated in this public education campaign, which emphasized the building of partnerships with the constituents of Ball Heights, Eagle Rock, El Sereno, and Highland Park. And so on behalf of my office, I'm going to present certificates to all of you for your great work as members of the city family. So let me start off, and they're not in any particular order, but we have Drew Sones. Drew. We have Gary Lee Moore. We have Joyce Neal Amaro. Enrique Saldivar. Alex Hilu. Right, not here. Marcel Zuniga. Michelle Pettit. Linda Aparicio. Oh, you got a little boy with you too. Yes. Paul Rax. We have Victor Orozco. We have John De La Rosa. John. Okay. Diana Galeon.
Thank you, Nick. On behalf, Mr. President and council people, on behalf of the Board of Public Works, I want to thank you so very much. These are the people who work for us. These are the people who do the job for us. And as the folks, other folks out in the streets, the janitors are doing, these people are the ones that we appreciate, and I am so, so deeply happy to be a part of this department. We have a leadership in the 14th district. As you know, I'm coordinating the 14th district, and we have a leader in the 14th district, Council Member Nick Pacheco, who to me stands above all. He is doing a wonderful, excellent job, and I appreciate that very much, Nick.
Thank you. Thank you, colleagues, and once again, thank you to the department and all the individuals.
Thank you, Mr. Pacheco, and congratulations to all of you wonderful, dedicated public servants. Next item,
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
If there's not any more, unanimous vote.
Items number 3 through 8 on the regular agenda are items requested to be continued until May 5th.
Is there any objections to continuing 3 through 8 until January 5th?
May 5th.
Huh?
May 5th.
May 5th. There's no objection, that will be the order. Next item.
Item number 15, a request that matter be continued until April 18th.
He needs taken care of.
If there's no objections, unanimous vote.
Items number 1 and 2 on the regular agenda are items noticed for public hearing.
We have no cards. Anybody in the audience wants to be heard on any of those items? Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. Any discussion on 1 or 2? A motion is required on both of them. Ms. Galanter, on 1, you want to move the vacation of the alley? Yes. And item, Mr. Fuhrer, on item 2, Michael? Move. All right, we have those motions. Prepare the roll. Tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Those are approved. Next item.
Items number 9 through 11 on the regular agenda are items for which public hearings have been held. Item number 9 has an amending motion on the floor.
Yeah.
Mr. President, the amending motion is technical in nature and would request unanimous approval.
Does that change the ordinance in any way?
No, it just clarifies which city entity would be in charge of facilitating the process.
Okay, so we have 9A before us. Prepare the roll on that. Tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
That is approved. Now we have 9 as amended and the ordinance. Prepare the roll. Tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
That is approved. Now we have 10 and 11. Any discussion on those items? If not, prepare the roll. Tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Those are approved. Next item.
Items number 12 through 25, with the exception of 15 that has been acted on, are items for which public hearings have not been held.
Okay, is there anybody in the audience who wants to be heard on any of those items? We have
15 has been continued
been continued.
till April 18th.
There's no cards, so the public hearing is closed on those items. Any specials? 12 through 25? Any specials? If not, prepare the roll on 12 through 25 with the exception of 15, which has already been, and 14 we have 2 files, and we can adopt both. Okay. Okay, prepare the roll. Tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
Those are approved.
Forthwith on 13, please.
Forthwith on 13
Thank you.
and 18. Forthwith on 18 also. Next item.
Now is the time for public comment on non-agenda items.
Okay, we have Wendy Trice. Forthwith on 21 and 24. Wendy, did you want to be heard? We have a card here. This is public comment period, and we have a card from Wendy Trice. Wendy Trice. Huh? Okay, anyone want to be heard on public comment? If not, the public comment period is closed. Next item.
Motions for posting and referral.
There's no objection, unanimous vote.
Council members request from excuse from council attendance. Councilmember Galanter requests to be excused on Tuesday, April 18th. This meets policy for city business.
Am I excused on the 18th? Huh? No. You better excuse me. Rudy, you got to be here on the 18th. I got a doctor's appointment. I'll be here. I might be here, but I might be a little late.
Okay, request to excuse Councilmember Ferraro for personal business on April 18th.
Unanimous vote. Next item.
Excuse Councilmember Goldberg to be excused on April 25th and April 28th to leave at noon. April 25th date requires a motion.
Mr. Savarnich moves, unanimous vote. Next item.
The desk is clear.
The desk is clear. Any items before the council? Any adjourning motions? If not, the council is adjourned.
Do you realize that without Leonard Shapiro, these meetings are taking approximately
You are watching LA City View, Channel 35. Your city, your channel.